Hello everyone, my name is Ritesh and I'm going to be the host of the webinar today. So I'm going to jump right straight into the point of this webinar, how to find leads for your IT service recruitment and an MSP company. If you are into IT staffing, IT service, managed service provider, this webinar is for you. And we are going to delve upon how to find leads, specifically the job leads, without spending a lot of money and resources into stuff like paid ads, expensive agencies, or trade shows. Okay. All right. So, with that, let's jump right into it. A few things before we begin. Please close all the distraction. This webinar is going to last anywhere between 30 to 45 minutes. Trust me, it's going to be worth your time. So if there is any distraction, just close the distraction. If there is any noise, just go to a quiet place. Stay until the end of the webinar for a very special offer. We are doing a product launch, and you are one of the first ones going through this particular product, which I'm going to demonstrate, and we have a very special offer for you as that for you as well on that. So stay till the end of the webinar. There's something very, very cool and very special at the end. And if you have any questions and answer, you can always use the Q&A feature. You can ask your question and we will try to answer those questions as fast as possible, as many as possible within the time frame that we have. Okay, now with that, let's jump and let's begin. Okay, let me talk a little bit about who we are and what we do. So I'm a founder of a company called Insight Tap, and our slogan is run your B2B enterprise company like an e-commerce store. Okay, so I've been into this industry for last 18 years, and for last 10 years we have been helping B2B enterprise companies and IT service companies and managed service providers with growth marketing and ABM techniques. So this is what we have been doing for over 10 years now, and we have accumulated a lot of experience working in this particular industry. A bit about myself. My name is Ritesh Osta, and I am also a Fiverr Pro. I don't know how many of you know what Fiverr Pro is. So Fiverr Pro is the pro category within the Fiverr platform. So I have been a Fiverr Pro for last 8 years so. And I have worked with a lot of B2B tech companies and B2B tech startups, and mostly into IT and IT software and services space. And you can find me on LinkedIn. And Fiverr Pro claims that they have the top 2% of freelancers across world. So that is how I've been working for last over a decade now. But I also have a team and a company called Insight Tap where we do projects in large scale. Okay, so enough said about me. Let me go to the big promise. Okay, so the big promise of this webinar is that by the end of this session, of this presentation, you will exactly know how to generate high quality job leads effortlessly without wasting money on ads or paying expensive lead generation agencies or struggling with outdated methods like trade shows. I mean, it is not outdated, but there is a new shift coming in, and that's an AI shift, and it is affecting every industry, and we are going to talk more about this in this presentation. Okay, so that's the big promise. Okay, and I'm hoping that we are going to fulfill this promise. Just stay till the end of the webinar. You'll not be disappointed. Okay. All right. Now, who is this for? This presentation is particularly designed for people who are into HR agencies, recruitment agencies, manpower providers, staffing agencies. If you are one of them, or if you are a recruiter yourself, this is the right place to be in. Or if you are working for an IT service company, IT companies, software support, managed service providers, security provider, whatever the space you are in, then you are in the right place. And if you don't belong to these two categories, but if you're interested in generating leads for your B2B company, especially for the company for which the job posting signals matters, then you are in the right place as well. So stay till the end of the webinar. Okay. All right. Now, let me talk about the traditional lead gen model for recruitment and IT service space. Okay. The question is why the traditional lead gen and is broken for recruitment and IT service space. Now, I have been in this particular space for over 18 years. I have worked as a manager, tech manager in IT, you know, uh, in a managed service providing company, uh, and I have worked for IT service marketplaces, and I have worked for recruitment agencies. I have also worked for software providers. So over the last decade or so, I have worked with many different service providers and IT companies, and I, as a company owner and also as a freelancer, right? So I've got a lot of experience, and I do understand that many of these models are completely broken, when it comes to this particular industry. And let me explain why. So most of the companies, in B2B space, they try two methods, right? Paid ads, Google ads, Bing ads, LinkedIn ads, Facebook ads, Twitter ads, whatever you know. So performance marketing. Agencies, they rely on agencies like lead gen agencies, cold list providers, or they go with listing sites like G2, SourceForge, Clutch, or they go to events. I can assure you that most of the B2B companies across industries, they have their lead gen model in one or more of these techniques. They are dependent on one or more of these methods, and there's nothing wrong in these methods. I'm not asking you to stop any of it, but the problem with staffing agencies, and the problem with IT service companies and manpower providers is many of these things do not work. For example, if you run paid ads, it's good. If you're trying to build a brand, it works for you, right? You run paid ads and whatnot. If you're going to events, that's good for you as well, because you're going to the event, you're creating the relationship and all of that. So that all of that is fine. But this particular industry is a very real time industry. So let me explain what I mean by that. Suppose if you are a staffing agency, and you got a requirement to fill in a position for 50 network engineers in some place in US, within next 15 days. So the demand is very time bound. Okay, that means the demand is dependent on the time. So after 15 days, even if you're providing those engineers, possibly you are late, right? Some other company might have provided you. So this industry is very time dependent industry. And that is a challenge of this industry, as compared to any other B2B industry. So, and that challenge cannot be just dealt with traditional method. Traditional method is good for long-term, branding purpose or long-term strategy. It works well, but something, but it does not really work for short-term strategies, it does not really help you generate lead the way you want to in real time. So that's a challenge, and we are going to go through each and every one of them step by step to talk a little bit more about each in specifics. All right, let's talk about the paid ads. Okay, I have, as a growth marketer, as a ABM consultant, I have had team. I still have team who runs paid ads for multiple different industries, including this particular industry of IT service and IT recruitment industry. And I understand that how expensive this is. For example, if you're running an ad in US for a term like managed service provider or IT service company, the cost per click is through the roof. The reason for that is very simple. The real estate is limited, which is the first page of Google or any search engine. That real estate is limited, but the bidders are too many. The bidders for, say, IT service company or a managed service provider in New York, the whole world is bidding for that. Correct? And the search engine basically rewards the bidders who has the most money, right? So if you are putting in the most money, then you'll be rewarded and your ads will come on the top. But then the competition is very high. It's kind of a red ocean scenario if you have read the book, The Red Ocean Strategy. Sorry, The Blue Ocean Strategy. So it's kind of a red ocean scenario in which, for a limited real estate, everyone is bidding for it, and whoever bids the most wins. And that is what makes the paid ads very expensive, especially in this particular industry. given the fact that you have to not compete just with the local players, but also the international players who are vouching, who are bidding for the same space. All right. And, the ROI is unpredictable. The PPC agencies are generally, on the higher side of the cost. Okay. And you have to do an added cost. You have to add the added cost like website development, pages, integration, and whatnot. So that you have to do. Next up is lead gen agencies that sell leads. Okay, I'm pretty sure that many of you might be buying leads from lead generation agencies. Typically, I have bought a lot of leads from these kind of agencies. Uh, Sometimes it is good. Most of the time, they will say, "Hey, you know what? I've got a bunch of leads from this particular industry, or companies who are using this particular software, or people who have visited this particular event." That is the kind of leads that they sell. The only problem is that these leads are cold and outdated. They lack qualification in most of the cases. It is expensive, and it is shared by, shared with others as well. You're not the only recipient of this cold lead. Okay. And there is no intent in many cases, right? You're just reaching out to them hoping that they will show some sort of an interest. Listing sites. Okay. I have worked with listing sites, G2 Clutch, SourceForge, Agency Spotter. I've worked with all of them. They're all good. Nothing against them. They have provided me very, very good leads. The only problem is that they are very expensive. I have spent thousands of dollars for one listing for software agencies for US, one city. Thousands of dollars per month I've spent. And they do give leads. I'm not, saying that they don't, but the lead has its own cost. If you can provide, if you can, put in that sort of a money, that's good for you. But many of the companies, they cannot put that sort of a money. Uh, and only the biggest player in the market, they win, they come on the top, even for these particular listings. So they charge $1,000 per listing per location. They work on location basis. They lack qualification. I mean, some level of qualification is there if they are coming to their particular listing. If they are showing interest, so it is qualified to a certain extent. The intent is there, but the lead is shared also with the competitors. So many a times you're not the only one, getting those leads. So that's another challenge with working with this listing sites. And finally, my favorite, the trade shows and events. I love going to the trade shows. I'm pretty sure you also. I love human to human interaction. I have been to a lot of trade shows right from early in my career. And there's human to human interaction cannot be, supplemented by anything else. I'm totally for it. I love doing it. But the only problem is that it has a high overhead cost. If you're going in, if you're setting up your own booth, your own stall, you know how expensive it can get. It can get into thousands, and most of the time tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars, to get one booth set up. And and you have a additional cost like logistical cost and travel cost and whatnot, right? It takes a lot of time and energy. Okay, so for especially for the smaller companies, this is inaccessible. For large companies, it's fine, but many of the small medium sized companies, this is something that they cannot afford doing in too many times. Okay. All right. Many of the companies, they do go with some fancy approach, like, I have done it myself. I used to work with one staffing company and used to go to LinkedIn and Indeed and other places and manually search for companies posting certain type of jobs, and then we used to reach out to those companies. Uh, it's good, but of course, it is labor intensive. You have to hire people, the VAs, to do this job for you. It's time consuming, it's inefficient, and it is tedious. You get bored after some time. So that's the challenge with this. Okay, now it's said that, how much are you spending on all these channels? I'm pretty sure most of you are spending money on at least one of these channels, if not all of the channel. The question is, how much money, how much resources, how much time you're spending on on these channels. I can assure you, because I've worked with a bunch of companies, especially in this particular industry, the spend, even for a small, medium-sized business in a place like Europe or America, is thousands of dollars per month, if not tens of thousands. Okay, the cost is pretty high. Of course, these are traditional way of doing things, but the cost is generally very high. Okay. So the question is, if you want to answer that, if you are in the webinar, if you want to answer, just type, how much you are spending. You can give a range. You don't have to, give the exact number. But I know for sure, given the fact that I have been a B2B marketer for over a decade now, working with different companies, I know the exact numbers of how much these companies are spending on a monthly and a yearly basis. Okay, and the number is pretty high. Okay, all right. And apart from the cost, the number one problem that I have generally faced is the result predictable. Even after you do all of that, what I have seen is the result is sporadic, right? Many of these companies in this particular space, they generally get a lot of orders, or they don't get orders for a very long time, through these traditional channels, whether it is paid ad or trade show or anything else. And many of them, they just simply rely on their partners, right? So if the partner is giving them the leads, or the customers, they are working on that. If the partners are not providing them, then basically it's an inconsistent journey. And sometimes, the leads, especially with paid ads and other stuff, the quality of the lead is not that good. Whether you are taking the lead from lead gen agencies or you're running ads, half of the time the quality of the lead itself is not that good. And when I say half of the time, I'm being very generous. Sometimes it is more than half of the time where the lead quality is super bad. Okay, and the expense is super high. Okay, now that we have talked about the problems that this industry faces, we'll talk about the new approach. What is the way to move forward? Okay, we are living in 2025. Things that were not possible in 2020 is now possible in 2025. We are living in a remarkable age where, finally things are moving faster than ever. Okay, and we are going to talk about this new shift in the dynamics of this entire industry. So this entire industry is going through a shift, and we will talk about the future of demand gen, the future of marketing for this particular industry. Now, in the comment section, if you are one of those, people working in this industry, if there is any other challenge that you might be facing, just type in the comment box and we'll try to incorporate that as well in our upcoming webinars. We'll try to address that. And if there is any question, please put the question in the comment box as well. All right. Now, moving forward, how many of us are excited on how to move forward in this particular new age, new era of AI, and automations and workflows and whatnot? Okay, here's the question that I want to ask each and every one of you. If you are into IT recruitment, staffing, managed service provider, if you are into IT service company, here's the question that I want to ask you. What if you can find the companies posting jobs in real time? That means, imagine yourself, you are in London, and you are a staffing company, and your job is to provide manpower staff to, say, network engineers or data security engineers to data centers across London. Okay, I'm just making this up, by the way. But suppose you're dealing with this. Okay, what if I tell you that you can find the company posting data center jobs in real time in London? Okay, now that's the question. There is a story behind this question. Once I was doing a brainstorming on growth hacking with with my colleagues, and we were just trying to figure out some of the growth hacks to generate more leads, apart from traditional channels like Google Ads and others. And then this question popped up by one of my colleagues, and they said, Ritesh, only I could have, if we could have figured out a way of finding, the companies posting jobs in real time, okay, for that particular location, then we'll be able to quickly create a GTM, a go-to-market, to target those companies to generate interest and intent. And I was like, oh yeah, that's an interesting question. you know Because suppose you're an IT service company, you will run an ad like, I'm an IT service company in London. That's all you're going to do. Or you're going to be, just waiting for the customers to search for IT service companies in London, right? But you are in the mercy of your customer looking for you on Google and other places, right? And if you're lucky, your ad will come on top. You're spending a lot of money, and then they will click, they'll fill up the form, they will talk to you. It's a long journey. But what if they're posting a job for, say, a very specific position, a network engineer for data center, and then you get to know immediately, then you will be in a position of control, right? Then you can drive the conversation. You can reach out to that person. You can say, hey, you know what? We can provide you. I mean, you are posting the jobs and all is fine, but we can provide you in real time, quickly. So that was a new approach. I mean, it's been a few years we were thinking about that, and then at that point of time, of course, the technology was not that fast to deal with this. But now with with the new revolution in the technology, this thing is finally possible. So what if I tell you that you can get access to all the jobs posted online everywhere? Not just job boards. I'm not just talking about LinkedIn and Indeed. I'm talking about every job board available in your country and in the world. Every, not just the main ones like Indeed and Monster. No, every job board. And I know for sure there are individual countries who have individual job boards. And not just job boards, also company career pages. There are a lot of companies who do not post jobs at all. They just put their requirement in their career pages, and that's about it. And pretty much it. So they never post the job, so you'll never be able to figure out. But they do put it in the career pages. Okay. But now you can access the job posted in career pages also for that particular location. And also to social media like LinkedIn Jobs and others in real time with just 3 clicks. So job boards, company career pages, social media, and even freelancing sites, by the way. Okay, which I have not mentioned here. Even freelancing sites like Upwork and others in real time with just 3 clicks. When I say real time, I'm talking about less than 3 minutes. What if I can tell you that you can build a complete job lead pipeline, including company and job poster details under 3 minutes daily? That means you can build a pipeline, companies putting those kind of jobs specific to your area of service, including the job poster detail, who has posted the job. If that information is available, not all the time it is available, but if it is available, even that information can be, traced. And also the company information can be traced under 3 minutes daily. And you can achieve all of this at a fraction of cost of your current cost. Fraction means super fraction, it's a tiny fraction of the cost. You can do all of this. Sounds impossible, right? It is not. Okay. So we are talking about something groundbreaking and unique. Okay. Now you can source all the jobs out there from different job portals, social media, freelancing sites, as well as company career pages for that particular location in real time. That's what we are talking about. So a lot of data to process. You might ask, hey, you know what? That's a lot of information, right? Is that even possible? The answer is yes, it is possible. And I'm going to show you the demo as well of that. Okay, so here's the thing. The future of recruitment, whether it is IT service or non-IT service, is automation and AI agents. So AI agents or AI assistant is just like a human assistant. It's like a human virtual assistant, but it's only AI. It's like a bot which will keep scanning the internet, okay, using AI and advanced algorithm. We have our own proprietary algorithm that we have placed in. We have our own, AI in place, not our own AI, but we have our own AI algorithm in place to do that. And we have built up an AI agent or an AI assistant, which will be your personal assistant, AI-based assistant, which will do the job for you non-stop, 24/7 a day, non-stop. Okay, so this is a chance for you to have your own AI agent, aka AI assistant, absolutely working for you round the clock to generate leads, and to build a job, to build a sales pipeline for you. Sound interesting, right? Okay, so let me introduce you our, groundbreaking tool called JobFeeder. So JobFeeder is an AI assistant, which will basically help you find jobs in real time. Okay, so JobFeeder is a proprietary software that scans the internet for job postings and instantly deliver leads with company details and job posting details to your Slack or inbox in real time. And it's powered by AI agents and automation engine. Okay, that's what JobFeeder is. It's pretty simple. It works like your assistant. Works like your virtual assistant, but it's an AI based assistant. What it does, very simple. It finds job posting from job boards, career pages, freelancing sites, and more. Then it gathers the actionable insights. It condenses the job description, the company details, the job poster details, and all the other information in an actionable way. Okay, something that you can process it immediately, and then it will generate instant leads and deliver to you. Either you can download it, or it can deliver to you on a Slack or an email. Okay, and the whole process takes less than 3 minutes. That's it. Okay. All right, so I'm going to show you JobFeeder in action. This is JobFeeder. This is a demo recording. As you can see, it has a very simple interface. It's like a Google interface. It has, all you have to do is just go to the JobFeeder. It's a cloud-based application. Just sign up and you have to put the job title or the keyword. It does not need to be even the job title. All right. It does not need to be database management, senior SQL expert. No, even if you put the keyword, for example, network engineer is a keyword. It's not really a, a full job title. So you can put up the job title if you want, or you can even put up the keyword. It'll work, right? So as you can see, all you have to do is just put up the job title or the keyword. Here in this case, it is Java developer in United States. You can put up city also. Obviously, if you put up a country, there'll be a lot of results. And of course, you can put up, you can check how many days you can put up the check. For example, for last 3 days, for last 7 days, last 30 days, whatever it is, you can put up that particular check, and it will find all the jobs that has been posted in say last 3 days or last 7 days, okay, with all the details. Okay, so there's a lot of details here, and it also summarizes. You say, for example, it is job description, and this is job description summary for you to just go through the summary. You don't have to go through the entire description. You can just go through the summary. It can also find out, the job poster details, the company details, the company URL, the employment type, whether it is full-time, part-time, freelancing, an exact location of the job. Okay, so so it will also provide you the URL of the job. For example, as you can see, this has come from this particular job board, so the URL is there, and it will provide you the URL of the job board with the exact job, even the company career pages, and like so on. Okay, you can just download all this information locally, or you can move, send it to Slack or inbox. That's up to you. And the whole operation takes less than 3 minutes. 3 minutes is the max that it has taken till now. All right, and it can be run for any location, for any job title, anywhere in the world. It's pretty simple. It's mind blowing. Okay. All right. So now that I've shown you a little sneak peek of this, I have a question. Isn't that this cool? If you are in this particular industry, just try this out. Trust me, I am part of this industry. I know how. I have seen the reaction of the people, and they are just mind blown. And whoever has used it, they have just loved it. Okay. All right. Now, here's the question: how much time and energy this tool is going to save for you? Okay, imagine yourself, doing this yourself every single day. Impossible. It takes the whole day. Or you hiring a bunch of VAs, that will be too expensive. And of course you have to manage those people as well, right? Okay. And this in comparison to other method, the traditional method, like going to Clutch and others, it's fraction. The tool itself, the cost of the tool is negligible as compared to other traditional methods of generating leads. Negligible. Now, having said that, I'm not saying that you stop the other methods. This is just an add-on. This can be the main method of your lead generation. Why not? Right? I'm not asking you to stop the existing method, but try this one out. Maybe this one out will, give you better leads and fill up the pipeline faster than other methods with the cost which is smaller than the other methods. Sorry. Okay. How to get started? It's pretty simple. It's a cloud-based application. It works like a SaaS tool, any other SaaS tool. All you have to do is just sign up, set the filters, and get the leads. That's it. You have to run it every day. We are also providing a scheduling feature in the upcoming release. So you can even schedule it in future if you want. But it works like any other SaaS tool. It takes less than 3 minutes for you to set up and get started, right? Okay. What to do with this lead? That's a question that typically comes up. Hey, now that I've got this lead, this company information, job poster information, what to do with this lead? That's a good question. Now, you can simply build a pipeline. You have the company details who are posting the jobs in real time. Okay, you can build up your pipeline. You can upload them into your HubSpot or Salesforce. You can start giving them a call. Why not? Just give them a call. You have the company information. We are also adding the company phone numbers and other information in the output itself. So you can just simply give a call to the company. You can send an email. And we can do something more advanced. As a marketer, as an ABM expert, as a lead gen expert, we can do a lot. You can also take all these companies, feed it to LinkedIn and Twitter and run ads, right? Feed it to Google, run ads, create, lookalike audiences, run ads to them. Okay, so the whole approach will become multi-channel. So you're calling these people, you're sending them email, and also you're running ads. That's multi-channel, right? We have already done that. It works really well. Compare it with the traditional method. You are running an ads, Google, IT service company in London, very expensive. You are just waiting for companies to click and, come down to your form, fill up a form, then talk to you. You are in the mercy of the people, looking for you. Here, you're not at their mercy. You are building the pipeline yourself. You're calling the people proactively. You're sending an email proactively. You're running ads to them, targeted towards them. Only the ones who are your actual target audience. Proactively, right? Not reactively. So you are running ads with a purpose, with an audience. It's like a sniper target precision. You're not running ads to the whole world, and then some of them will trickle down and become your customer. You're running ads to the people that really matters, who are your ICPs, your ideal customer profile, who matches your prospect. And then only you're running ads. Isn't that more effective than just running a blanket ad on LinkedIn or Twitter or Google? Ask yourself. And that is what we have been doing, and it works really well. Okay. So I'm going to have another session on outreach and ABM using this method. It will be a separate presentation altogether. And if you're watching for it, just keep a watch on our channel and in this space, and we will update you in that upcoming webinar as well. Okay, where we will talk specifically around this particular topic. Okay. Next question, is the data compliant? Yes, of course, it is. Absolutely. It is SOC compliant, it is GDPR compliant. We follow all the compliances here. Okay, it's 100% compliant. Okay, now here's the thing. You've got two choices. The first choice is, of course, keep doing whatever you're doing right now, or choice number two is to try something new, and be the part of future. Okay, and generate the leads using JobFeeder. So the choice is up to you. Make the choice. Here's the thing. JobFeeder will do the real-time job scanning. Okay, it has an AI-powered insight, and it also has a Slack integration. Now, we have a complete brochure also designed for this particular tool. And also, if you want, we can give you a demo as well. We have done a beta launch of this tool, and there'll be a complete product launch in the upcoming days. We'll keep you posted on that. There is a very specific, exclusive offer that I'm just going to do that for this particular webinar attendees. Since we are launching this tool as a beta, and this is only available for next 10 companies. That's it. Okay, this beta can support only for 10 companies at this stage. We don't want too many companies at beta stage, and we want the feedback. So if you want to be one of these initial beta testers, part of this beta launch, just fill up a form. I'm going to send you the link of the form at the end of the webinar, and just fill up the form, and and our team will reach back to you and give you access to this particular tool as a initial beta user. We will be launching the entire product by next month. Okay, so you will be part of this exclusive, only 10 companies will be accessing this beta launch. Okay, and we will be providing you all the premium feature, which is absolutely premium, which will cost premium cost, in the coming days. We'll give it for you for free. Okay, so you'll get the entire premium features for free. You can try it for 15 days, and just give us the feedback. And you are a beta user, we'll give you a very exclusive. At the end of the 15 days, we'll also give you a very exclusive pricing. Okay, that pricing, once the product is fully launched, the pricing will increase. So the pricing that we are going to give it to you will be exclusive only to the beta tester. Okay, and this will be only one time. All right. On top of that, I will also help you with cold email templates, how to send cold emails to these leads. We'll give you the templates that has worked with us in the past. I will also give you an access to private community. I'll have my own private community where I'll be personally coming up on a monthly basis to interact, share, give my understanding. And you will also get a direct customer support and onboarding support, which is only going to be available for the enterprise plan. Okay, but this is going to be available for you as beta user. So it's a once in a time opportunity, so don't miss it. Sign up now and claim your beta access. Okay, here's the link. If you go in there, this is the link I'm going to provide. If you're interested, just reach out to us. All you have to do is just fill up this simple form, and then our team is going to get back to you and give you the early access. All right, now with that, I think we are done with the presentation. And if you have any questions, please do let us know.